Program will begin tonight with a shocking privacy scandal that's left our Department of Families and Communities apologetic and red-faced. As they auctioned off some furniture recently, what no one realised is they'd left behind a highly sensitive file at the bottom of a filing cabinet. And as Paul Makin reports, the blunders not only threatened many people's privacy, it's also become a serious breach of the government's own rules.
It's not rocket science to get this sort of thing right. This is basic office procedure.
Disgusted.
Yep, that's...
Absolutely disgusted.
Something like this should never have happened.
This government department needs to be sent a very, very clear message that their tardiness is no longer acceptable.
Tardy is being too kind. This borders on gross incompetence.
It is basic practice to make sure that filing cabinets are cleared out, files are secured, and the identity and privacy and confidentiality of people is also secure.
But that is not what happened when the Families SA office at Elizabeth replaced their filing cabinets recently and sent their old ones to the government auctioneer, Evans and Clark.
They're the first ones to say, look, we can't give you information on that because that's private.
The filing cabinets were posted online for anyone to bid on. You could even rifle through the drawers at Evans and Clark's warehouse at Woodville North during inspection times. One by one, they were sold off. But when a Today Tonight viewer got his cabinet home, he made a disturbing discovery. A detailed file on 3 children being cared for by the state and their troubled mother.
This just goes to show that it can't get the basics of their legal requirements to protect the identities of people and protect our children in this state. You know, it's a disgrace that they can't even get this right.
Independent MLC and child protection campaigner Ann Bressington says she's appalled by this breach of security and privacy by Families SA.
With this file being left in a filing cabinet, it's there for anybody to read and for anybody to take advantage of a difficult situation for that family if they were so inclined.
The open file not only contains sensitive information about the children's lives, but intimate details of their mother's abuse as a child.
This file could have been used at any time by anybody that lacks integrity against this family and against this mother with the information that's contained in here.
They go on about protecting these children. Yeah, they're the first people to leave a file in a cabinet for somebody else to read.
The children's grandparents were extremely upset and furious when we broke the news to them.
Open up a whole can of worms for these children. There's details around there that don't need to be told. Nobody else needs to know about it. They're supposed to be kept secure.
It is the most important thing because a lot of these people are already traumatised, already don't have any trust in the system.
I don't know what to say. It's just beyond me how they can do this.
And when I first told you, what was your immediate reaction?
Shock, not surprised.
Not surprised?
Not surprised.
Why?
That's Families SA for you.
To make matters worse, the name of one of the children was still displayed on the front of the filing cabinet. Another unrelated child's name was also left on one of the drawers.
Well, it's a breach of privacy and confidentiality. And we all know how big this government is on privacy and confidentiality when it suits them.
The file is still open, so yes, somebody should be checking something. But again, with that system, it doesn't happen.
What do you say to Families SA about this?
Get your act together. Get it together and protect these children and make sure you can check your bloody paperwork.
Whoever's allowed this file to be put into the hands of anybody within the public has broken the law.
But who punishes a government department for breaching the privacy laws? The Attorney-General? The Premier? More likely, no one.
And the public is supposed to trust this department to look after their best interests and the best interests of our children, and this kind of sensitive information is left there for anyone, any Tom, Dick or Harry to come across. This is a disgrace, and the Minister should be held to account for this performance of her department.
Today, the minister concerned, Jennifer Rankin, had her department squarely in her sights.
The claims made that a sensitive file has been mislaid are extremely concerning, and I have asked for an explanation from the department to ascertain exactly what has occurred.
In a separate statement, the minister's department was also quick to acknowledge the seriousness of the matter.
The allegation that a file was left in a cabinet, ultimately sold by auction, is very serious, and I can assure you that it will be investigated fully. I sincerely regret any distress that may have been occasioned to any person.
You know, in any other place of employment dealing with sensitive matters like this, heads would roll for this.
More than heads. There's more people involved in this that know where the paperwork is supposed to be, who are in charge of the paperwork. They need to be held accountable.
Of course, the forsaken file had to be returned to Families SA. So who better to give it to than Jennifer Rankin? Hopefully there won't be a repeat performance by her department.
Keep it under lock and key this time and don't try to sell it to the highest bidder.